These are, yeah, that's
all right.
That's
VHS podcasts.
Yep.
Please.
The two Seans. The two Seans. There's two Seans on this one.
It'd be good if I had my son right here too. That would really freak people out.
You can see that we are the boys of Vicenza. We've been cloned. That's how it happens.
You really do look so
funny, huh?
Oh my God, it's kind of scary, actually.
Yeah.
Which one's walking?
So look at you two. Now both of you work at the Yarn Barn, and you're into crocheting. And
absolutely.
Sean and I, we own a playground company that builds playgrounds for adults that drink a lot. It's fun. It's very popular. It's very happening out here in Alabama, where Derek lives. I think he has one. He purchased Of course, Sean's not expecting the abstract, but I'm here. And awesome. It's good that Sean got you two on here. I hear that Christy was the most eager of the two. Is that true?
Of course.
See, we're all back. We're just over at our parents' house. They're having drinks in the other room, and we're on a podcast. That's how it works.
Actually, my mom is downstairs, so.
My mom is behind me on a painting.
That's right.
She's always looking over my shoulder, making sure I'm doing a good job.
Always and forever.
So let's kick it off with our drinks of choice. Joanna, you have a drink on right now. What are you cooking on?
So I have to have my, so I do a keto diet, but now they have the San Pellegrino, blood orange, 0 carbs.
Costco.
Yeah, my friend, right? And then I mix it with Campari.
Oh, there you go. Keto Campari. Nice.
Keto Campari.
I like the keto diet. I do it every so often, when I'm trying to look more svelte. But it's good for you. It's good for your body. Reboots the liver and everything. And this is all about the keto diet. Welcome to the Keto Diet Podcast. I'm kidding.
Yeah, mine's totally not keto.
I do the keto diet every day between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m.
Me too. I have that same keto diet experience.
I fast when I sleep usually. That's when I really get with it. But no, it's a good thing. So how have you ladies been? It's only been, I don't know how many years since I've seen both of you, like 32 years, 33 years maybe?
I don't know. Did you go to the reunion in 2007? Were you there?
2007. No, wasn't there for that one.
The school's 50th. So I literally haven't seen you then since you graduated, or since I graduated, I guess.
Well, I came back in 89 for a little leave, so I might have seen you then.
Maybe in the summertime.
Yeah, I was in the Navy. I came back, I visited, and I'm like, cool, Vicenza. I'm like all those guys coming back from college from, hey, what's up? Hey, party at my house, having a kegger. Hey, who's the freshman?
God,
no,
I miss those days. Those were some good days.
Well, you guys seem to take it, me and my mischievous friend Mark Parkins started a lot of festivities that were carried on that you guys probably partaked in.
It's funny that you mentioned Mark. So you and Mark were my inspiration of off-trailing with skiing. So I was just with you and Mark the first time we went off-trailing skiing. Mark went off a roof of a house. And then he did a spread eagle and landed. And I'm like, holy shit, that's amazing. I want to do it.
I had a little adventure like that once. We were up in Monte Bondoni, and I had been skiing for a while, so I was feeling pretty cool about myself. So we were having our pre-ski beverages. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm just leaning back like, you guys go. You're so slow. I'll catch you. I'll just speed down the hill. Just go ahead. I think I was with the Mitchell brothers or something. And, so I'm just flying down the hill, and I didn't see some other group of European guys. They built this ski slope that just went straight, this jump. It was only about 3 or 4 feet high, but if you come down and you hit it, it shoots you like 10, 15 feet in the air. Yes. And I fly off that thing, and I'm like, I do that daffy where you kick one ski up, one ski back, not on purpose, because of just the force of it. And then I'm like, wah! And then I, brought it back, and I landed on my ass, and I'm up again, and it threw me into another one. I hit a spread eagle and was like, wow, that was so cool. And I actually had jumped over Fred Mitchell's head. That was that high in the air. He was traversing. So I was like, It looked like I did it on purpose. I should have claimed it, but I'm just admitting it wasn't, right?
That's why you don't admit that stuff. You leave it out there forever like, I'm awesome. But now we know it was an accident and you could have decapitated him. So that kind of ruins the whole story for me.
Could have been one of those sad Vicenza incidents of ski death. That's how it works.
Exactly.
Where are you guys living now?
I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina for the last 28 years, I guess.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll be asking you about that because my wife just got a job offer in Asheville.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Barbecue. So we can open our own studio together over there. We can do the.
Absolutely.
That's right. We can do it like SEB. And today on SEB, on the Cougar Podcast, and Christy, give us the weather in Asheville.
I have less than 3 years to retire. I am in on whatever is out there next.
How about, and where are you at, Joanna?
I'm in Brownsburg, Indiana, which is just on the outside of Indianapolis on the west side. So I'm close to the Colts complex where they practice and closer to the track.
Yeah?
And close to the drag racing track too.
Is that where you're from or is that where you landed? That's the question.
That's where I landed.
Yeah? Where were you from?
So, I mean,
Vicenza.
Exactly.
I consider Vicenza really my home. When I go to Europe, I just get homesick and I start to cry and I'm like, I'm so European and I'm not I don't feel as American. Yeah. In terms of the lifestyle and how we live and everything like that. Yeah.
That happens. There's people that are locked in the middle of it. There was kids, I talked to people that had a little bit too much Italian, and on post, you had to be cool. You had to be, I'm American. So if you're like, look, I wear the tight jeans, I'm very cool. They're like, okay, it's no, get your Levi's on, bro. We're in the States here.
What were the fads? What were the fads? The crinking your pants or the fix, or what do you guys remember were fads back in the day?
I remember wanting to, Madonna was huge back then. So I remember having the stupid cross earring and the one glove and big ass 80s hair. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I had some serious afro going, and I love that picture to this day. And leg warmers.
Yes.
That's right. The Cougar ones, because we had the straight Cougar ones. You know what? We were just the bomb. I'm just saying.
We had the parachute pants before they became.
That's right.
And trending before MC Hammer. So I had a pair of pale yellow, massive parachute pants.
She legit.
I went back to the United States and the Hammer video came on and they're like,
okay.
How'd you get them so fast?
It went from there to the big muscle dudes at the gym. That's where they went next. So we were really ahead of our time.
Oh yeah. I used to work in the gym business. We were wearing those. I'd have some that were striped like zebra. I mean, it looked like pajamas for work. It was great.
They were so not sexy at all.
Right. Yeah. That with the little purse, the thing in the front, the fanny pack.
Oh my God. And they're back. What?
Yeah. The fanny pack and parachute pants.
Yeah, the fanny pack is back.
All right. I'm making my drink, so ignore me.
Good.
Yes. Okay. Tell us about this drink.
All right. This is called a Gold Rush. So my new thing is bourbon. I have become a bourbon drinker. Yeah.
I love bourbon.
So I gave up the wine a few years ago, went for beer, which still love my beer. But then I discovered the love of bourbon. So this is a Gold Rush. So I got everything right here at the computer for your drinking pleasure. Check it. Oh, what? Yes, I'm bringing back my NCO bartender days for the crowd out there. That's right. Hang on tight. Here we go.
Sounds like a risky job, NCO bartender. Oh, was that summer hire?
No, it was when I came back for college.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good hustle.
Dude, let me tell you, nothing like a freaking young college chick on a army base. Dream come true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I always think of it like, what's the Mel Brooks one where she's like, no, yes, no.
Oh.
That's what it was like living on an army base.
It's not Frankenstein's younger,
No,
the smarter brother.
Something of the world. I can't remember now.
But we're all from the era, and even if you're there 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years, that becomes your formative years. So that's your main hard drive. That's what your operating system is, right? I always like to use that reference. So you get back to the States and everyone else is like, huh, what, huh? And you're telling them stories. So did you, Joanna, ever have that special situation where you told somebody, oh yeah, we did this in Italy and we're running around Venice, and they're looking at you like you're crazy?
Yes. Yes, I've had a couple of those stories.
Yeah. People were like, that's not true, right?
Yes.
Christy, what is that? What did you just pour in there? Moonshine?
All right, so 2 shots of bourbon, 3/4 shots of lemon juice, 2 shots of simple syrup, even parts honey and water.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Pass them to Joanna over there. Oh, is it keto? It's not keto.
Look, she's got a hot flash just thinking about
I
it.
was trying to do the Zoom thing where you pass me the drink.
Oh, and look at the pretty
Oh, I
glass.
almost. Oh, woo! She poured
Oh
for
yeah,
that.
and there we are, babies.
Oh, that looks awesome. Cheers.
And we're
Very
done.
nice.
Now, if I did it right, I'd have the little lemon peel thing going, but yeah, why bother?
I would start
Cheers.
drinking with you right now. Cheers. But
Cheers.
I have a break. I have to teach break dancing in about half an hour.
I understand.
You know how it is. That's how it works. Learn it.
But you introduced me to Apicore. I think it was called Apicore, the lovely German
apple corn. Yeah.
Apicore. That's right. On a bus trip to some sporting event. So that was good.
It sounds
Back
like
of the
me.
bus.
Doesn't sound like Sean. It sounds like me.
Oh, it was definitely you.
Yeah. See, I was just trying to. I was passing the baton, which was a
Is that what
bottle.
it was?
Yeah, the baton was
He
a bottle.
he wasn't old enough to be at the back of the bus yet. That's what
Yeah, that's
He had to
right.
work his way up.
True.
you gotta work your way to the back of the bus, to the back row. That was the coveted spot.
Yes.
I had my years. Thank you very much.
And the other coveted spot, if I remember correctly, was sleeping in the aisle.
Yes, sleeping on the floor in the aisle.
Sleeping on the floor in the aisle. That
Yeah.
I did that once.
Those buses stunk to high hell.
Oh, they were horrible in the bathroom in the back, and you're like, who did that?
Like they'd
You're like,
open the
calling
door.
each other out who was in the bathroom last.
You'd open the door at like an auto grill. It'd be probably like the heat coming out and all this, just like.
Yeah. They're like,
And we
welcome
did-
to
we
your
just
toilet.
honestly
Stand
didn't
over
care.
here. Yeah.
Yes,
We did not. We didn't care. We didn't care.
No, I know. No, it was great. It was the best.
Yeah,
Well,
especially after a ski trip, and we were like all, wicking all that water up, and the windows were fogging, and
The steam.
Ski trips.
Class
What
in
do
the
you think?
snow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Class.
Sure.
Oh,
Nice.
that's a nice one.
Yeah, I think I see Nick Finelli and I on there singing the Eagles at the top of our lungs. Yep, there we are.
you guys really, I
Joanna skied with me in Markmore, I think.
did. I did a lot of skiing with you guys.
Yeah.
So crazy. I was just like,
You're just rawr, like a ski tiger.
yes.
A skooger. A ski cougar. Huh?
I didn't care. I was like, yeah, that's just a part of the.
I'm going to hang out with these very naughty older boys. It looks like a good place to learn how to ski. That's how it works.
Didn't you both do gymnastics?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yes.
They,
I did.
Lenny and Christy. That's who I was talking.
Lenny, you looked so good in that leotard. I'm just saying
Oh.
it was accentuated your ass like nothing I've ever seen.
it was about presentation.
It was, well, fortunately for me, there were others on the team that could actually do gymnastics. I did the vault. I was really great in the vault, and I
was horrible
sucked at everything else. Everything else I absolutely sucked at. Good thing for Athena Daly and Nikki Holland, because I think and Jenny Rokas, the three of them carried us all the way, I think.
Yes.
I like
You're
the
like-
big hair. The
Speaking
Jenny
of
big hair.
gymnastics, Christy, here we go. In Brindisi.
Oh, no, actually, we were just talking about that. Who was it that was talking about Brindisi?
Very cool.
Oh, Cindy Graff, because we went there for the choir, and we stayed with, I guess we were like foreign students, basically. We stayed with a family for choir, and she said they were horrible and crazy, but I don't remember any of that. So.
Well, if you get stuck with an Italian family, welcome to the way of the Catholics. You are going to the room of the chastity. And you're like, parents like, this is great. We'll send them on a
I don't
chastity
know if
sports
they
trip.
were.
right?
But speaking of gymnastics, maybe it was basketball or it must have been volleyball. Do you remember, and this is for Lenny, because did you go with us to Sigonella?
I did go to Sigonella, but I went there for football, so I don't know if it was the same
I
trip.
don't know who it was, but I know that we went to Sigonella. It was, I can't remember if it was basketball or volleyball championships. I think it was volleyball championships. And it must have been 87, because Lisa Rolick and I sat together on the plane.
I was gone.
Do what?
It was probably Sean.
Oh, maybe, I don't know. It was honestly, I don't know who it was, but I remember they had a McDonald's on base, and whoever it was kept going to the Italian help and asking for a chocolate funny bunny. And they kept going, we don't have no chocolate funny bunny. And he's like, oh, okay, well, can I just have a strawberry funny bunny then? They're like, we don't have funny bunnies. And it went on and on and on about funny bunnies. It was awful. It was terrible. I mean, hilarious, because I remember it. And then I remember coming back from that trip and sitting with Lisa, who, she was stunning then and still stunning now. And the pilot was like, oh, bella bionda. So because I was sitting with her, we got to go to the cockpit. They invited us to the cockpit, and as we went up to the cockpit, Mount Etna erupted. It was freaking kick-ass.
I could have made some jokes there. I'll stay away from that. I'll keep it PG.
The explosion, don't.
Yeah, not even beyond.
I'm only a couple sips in. That's the show.
We have the respectful Joanna with us. I'm just trying to keep things on the line.
Joanna was not that respectful.
No idea.
Do not make that mistake.
She's like, you have no idea the mischief I weave.
Those are things we do not discuss. Those are closed conversations.
Yeah, and they're, I'm just trying to protect my innocent brother. I'm the elder. I have to watch out for him. I was told to keep his ears away from naughty words and ideas. So here he is, Look how innocent.
Wrong
Look at this innocent guy. Oh, it's all good.
Lenny, since you were a football player, I'm gonna throw some blast from the past here, because this is my sister Dawn.
Yes.
So
I remember her.
He was a cheerleader when you were playing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Look at that. Look how formal and nice that looks. That looks like the good old days. That's like us watching movies about happy days when we were kids. We're like happy days, the olden days. Now we're the olden days. Isn't that weird?
Yes.
I didn't know that I'm from the olden days. I try to deny it as often as possible. Maybe I'll be rejuvenated when I go to Carolina.
That's right. In my mind, I'm still that young person that can do so much.
Great.
The rest of my body is like, hell no, sit down and have a drink.
Then this is another
awesome
of the cheerleading squad. Now, we were playing Aviano here.
Nice.
Nice.
Vicenza versus Aviano.
Those were good times. I used to like to go to Aviano when I was younger, because they had different stuff at their food land, like different candies. Because remember the candy thing, like, we don't have bubble yum, or we don't have this. And call me weird, but I was like looking for different flavors from the States, because I lived there so damn long, like missing commercials. Like, I'd go there, they have bottle caps. It was silly stuff. Good.
Much more. I was kind of jealous.
I didn't miss any of that. I missed cartoons. So when I went back to the States in the summertime, I would literally sit in front of my grandparents' TV and I would watch Italian or American cartoons the entire time. And they're like, go outside and play. I'm like, no, I'm gonna miss Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
On a Saturday?
Oh
Yeah.
my God, all day. Yep.
Yeah. Sean and I did that. Sean and I did a lot of
Boo Berries,
Yep.
Flavor Rice. That's it.
That's right.
And you tried to bring whatever you could back to Italy, and hopefully it would last. But that goes back to the
lots of McDonald's.
McDonald's. Not going there today, but I remember asking a friend, we're going to Germany. Hey, man, could you put like a Big Mac in a cooler? And bring it back?
I've got a small, I got a drive-by coming through here, just so you know. Heads up.
Look at this wild man is coming in. Look it's the eagle. They used to call him the eagle.
Oh, my sweet Bobby. What's up, my little Robert? Where is he? Get rid of that eagle. Bring it on, boy.
Come on, eagle. Eagle.
He's on
Get in here, eagle.
No video.
Lenny, did you go on this trip with me when we went to Garmisch? And we did the Cella Ronda?
I went to Cella Ronda. I think so.
That's
I know Mark did.
Hela.
What's up?
We brought your
You
friend back.
surprised me. You didn't tell me you were going to actually be on with me. Cheers.
Hey.
Salute. I've only got like a couple minutes. You know, I'm still waiting on this guy to come pick up this car that I'm selling. So.
Well, tell him on somebody else's time. You have stuff to do right now.
Well, I was expecting this to be at 7:00 in my time.
Robert's got the look right now like he works in like one of those hot rod shows like Orange County Choppers or something.
Yes.
Like he's gonna go in his garage and make something really cool, like a twin turbo Cougar mobile, right?
Digging the goatee there, the little not even a goatee. What the hell is that thing called?
Flavor saver? I mean,
Flavor saver. So apparently it is that broadcast that we're doing.
He is selling a hot rod, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get a snack in too while I'm.
Keep dancing for us. It's fascinating. No, what are you?
We're having snacks. We're just having liquid snacks.
Keep doing that, Rob. We're dancing.
That's
with
nice.
You.
Yes, you missed it. It was I even made it for everyone, and there you go.
Where goes the eagle? Come back, Eagle.
Oh, well, hold on. I've not used the Zoom on the phone yet, and I don't know what's going on here, so.
It's okay.
And he's back.
Don't take it to the bathroom with you. You'll be fine.
Well, I guess anytime that you go to check something or you get a message or something, it cuts you off.
Yeah, it cuts you off and blacks out.
I've noticed how much taller he is than us on Zoom, and wow, you get taller after school.
I'll put it up here. There we go.
Oh, wow.
There
you are.
Nice.
Yeah.
He looks the
So,
same.
Robert, that picture that I posted, probably one of my favorite pictures of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Love that
is a good picture.
It is.
Yeah.
Good picture.
You guys look like you were going to get married in that picture.
Yeah. Which is hilarious. We do look like we're a couple in that picture. And
Exactly.
we never were even remotely a couple. But
No.
we were good buds for sure.
Yeah.
I hear remorse in Robert's voice.
Yeah.
No remorse. We had a good time.
Oh, yes, we did.
He was one of my smoking buddies. You know, we were the bad kids, smoked. And
yeah, the little picnic table area.
That's right. That's right.
You guys don't know this. Somebody told me, I think it was Kenny's sister told me that, Terry Poplinski, she said that Drac put those things so they could be right across his window so he could see the smoking section.
Oh, that would not surprise me at all.
How is that? That was a setup. You're like, oh, we're over. It's like Facebook. I don't want to show everybody my life. Here I am eating. Here I am doing a swan dive. Here I am, at a nightclub, right?
First of all, how did our parents not know what the hell we were doing?
They couldn't.
I told you guys earlier, I started to tell my mother things like 10 years after they happened. And then she finally was like, please stop. Please don't tell me anything else. I'm like, 10 years is a pretty safe thing, I would think. She's like, don't tell me more. Because I remember I used to forge the secretary's name in high school. Somebody had given me a pad, an excuse pad, and they'd come to my locker and I could forge her name. I don't even remember what the hell her name was. Forge her name, and then I'd pass it on, and that was the excuse for the day. And I'm like, yeah, teacher's kid. It's like a preacher's kid. We're the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were going to talk today about the concert because that's been a big topic of discussion where Joanna get to hang out with Cheap Trick and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cheap Trick, Santana. I mean, I hung out with all of them because my mom was the coordinator for the show. So, I had to give private tours to Cheap Trick, and the drummer was obsessed with my brother, was way obsessed. He wanted my mom to divorce Ronald Fluharty and marry him, and he was like, come on, Joanna, you got to do me a favor. You got to do me a solid and get me in with your mom, And then Santana was really nice. Loretta was super sweet. So there were a whole bunch of celebrities on the course of time.
We were wondering how safe that was. I mean, these weren't young Motley Crue guys. This wasn't like Tommy Lee, at 1920. This was like, hey, it's me, Stephen Stills. Hey, baby. You're like, hey, Grandpa. That was kind of like. Right.
We had a lot of people actually come. I remember we had Randy Travis. Do you guys remember Randy Travis at the movie theater?
Yeah.
And I actually live like 3 towns away from where he's from. It's called Marshville, and Vill in the south is Vull, not Ville. So in Marshville, and it used to say Marshville, home of Randy Travis, till he got arrested, and now it's just Marshville. So they cut that shit right out immediately. And so that was Randy Travis, and then I remember seeing Jeff Healey and Bonnie Raitt in Verona, I think, or Padua. And
Great.
if you guys know anything about like the blues or any of that kind of stuff, Charles Musselwhite, I kind of hung out with them too. What the hell were we thinking, Joanna? God. Oh, God.
Yeah, and the nicest person ever, by far. And my mom had a fairly decent relationship with her after the show for several years, was Joan Jett. So Joan Jett was really down to earth in person, like just real, just, you could have a normal everyday conversation, talk about what you ate for breakfast, that type of thing. So it was very different with her. She was phenomenal as a person. The standout by far.
I didn't meet her. Right after I graduated boot camp, they had a Joan Jett concert on the base over in Great Lakes. And when she's singing, she looks like she's just staring at you the whole time. Maybe she was. Or maybe she had that stare where it looks like it's just like one of those paintings that keeps following you. Maybe she mastered that. Every guy's like, yeah, it's me. I'm so on right now. She feels this. So it could have been that look. Maybe she mastered that look. But it was cool. I saw her. That was a great concert. I saw a lot of concerts when I came back to the States, and they were mainly female singers, like the Bangles and Samantha Fox. That's what I saw.
Samantha Fox, man, God, I remember that.
I was trying to.
Touch me.
Yeah.
Touch me now.
Well, she was in a way. I mean, she's kind of like who was that great guy singer that passed on, the Wham guy, George Michael.
George Michael.
She was the George.
I
Michael.
went to that concert.
Yeah.
Did you go with Jameson?
Nice.
No, did not go with James, but we did get the. We went to the after hours thing, whatever, with the band.
You went backstage? Cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure he let you backstage.
I don't know who I was with. I forget. But
If you remember correctly, Robert had this like smoldering look. And if you look at any of the pictures from way back then, all of them were like, hello. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that pretty much got him backstage wherever he wanted to go.
no, it was the girls that got us backstage. I can't remember who got. And it wasn't even backstage. It was back at their hotel. They had a.
Whoa. PG.
Yeah.
No, they had a party.
That's
It
George
wasn't that
Michael.
party.
They were bringing him to meet him. Come on.
That's why those girls are the ones that got in,
Yeah. Yeah. Can you bring any nice guys from your school? We have Smoldering Robert.
Yeah. Smoldering.
Smoldering Robert. That's going to be your nickname from now on.
Uh-huh.
Smoldering Robert.
Right?
Were you wearing Benetton?
I have no idea, man. No idea. I'm not saying anything else.
So this picture of me and Christy, it totally looks like a Benetton ad. We're like casually. This is in Greece.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Great trip, right?
Yeah. But all the colors.
We're all squinting. We're all like.
We are all squinting. I'm like, I need my glasses. I can't see it.
Yeah.
That picture, I pulled it up because it really reminded me of the Benetton colors and, just very.
We were some snazzy dressed people. Let's just put it out there. We looked good, no matter where we went.
Yeah.
Robert brought up another brand that we'd forgotten and Kevin Merritt used to reference it a lot. Stephanel. You guys remember Stephanel?
Stephanel and UFO.
Yeah. UFO, Stephanel, Benetton.
Yeah.
The Italian cool gal stuff. It was pretty nice.
Yep.
I'm wearing a lot of it lately. I rock the Benetton look. No, I don't.
No, the same shirt is still available that was in the 80s. It's still available online through their store.
I would wear the kangaroo sweats again. I like those.
It's so funny how we were so worried about what we were wearing back then, and now I'm like, if it's not baggy and comfortable, boom, it's out.
Yeah.
I want to iron it, and if it's not comfortable, it's got to go.
If it's ironable, I don't wear it.
Amen, brother. That's one of those dryer, shake, hanger. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Showing
I
off.
gotta-
God, we're
I gotta
freaking
still
getting
sports
old.
Italian look all the way. So
You- Well, Joanna looks very well put together. Joanna, do
She
you
does.
iron?
She looks
Are
fantastic.
you ironing? Are you iron woman?
iron. I mean, being a designer, I gotta always look a fashionista-esque. So
Oh gosh, that's who took the Benetton vibe.
That's
Now
right.
we know. We know who has it now.
Hey, Joanna, a long way from mooning some nuns.
that's right. That train window. It was a dare. I did it though.
Yeah. That was a gymnastics trip, unfortunately, that we took on a train. We were on a train. We were like, let's moon the other train. So we're like mooning it. We turn around. There's some freaking nuns sitting there looking at us. I'm like, I'm going to hell.
La Luna, La Luna. Okay.
Going
La
to
Luna.
hell.
They make it the moon. I don't know why. That's how
Oh
it
my
works.
God.
Are you dancing again, Robert? Robert's
Yeah,
there.
I'm anxious because I'm anxious to get rid of this car.
Okay.
Yeah.
And excited being on here. That's,
So you're gonna get a Miata, something cool with maybe put an eagle
No,
on it?
Yeah, a spider. Gonna get a
little
I've
spider.
got enough cars.
Miata put a Trans Am Eagle on it on the hood.
Cheno?
Yeah.
I was driving one of those recently. My friend let me borrow one because my wife's car needed some repair, and I was like, yeah, okay.
So have any of
over
you remember seeing a Cinquecento physically moved by a group of guys because it was wedged in between cars?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've seen
Yeah.
them. I've seen them
I
turn
think
upside
Lenny
down.
remembers even other things about Cinquecentos, but I don't. I don't remember
Yeah.
that.
No, you're very innocent. He was always
He's
like,
very
hey, yeah.
I remember
Robert.
one time we were driving, me and my mom, and she turned over a double yellow, which is a no-no in Europe. You can't turn left with a double yellow. And she turned and she got pulled over by the Carabinieri, and he pulled her over, and my mom knew Italian. She could speak it fluently. So she's like, "Annyeonghaseyo." She just started speaking Korean to get
Kamsamida. Okay, there you go.
and I'm understanding the cop, and he's asking me if I can speak Italian, which I can, rustic, really rough. But I'm like, Anio, and so I just kind of played along with my mother who's trying to get out of this. You can just.
Oh, what happened? What happened?
Your audio, Joanna, something happened to your audio.
I'm on round 2, just FYI.
That was getting scary. What are you doing? That's like alien injection.
It was.
What was that?
I don't know. 2 screens to see Lenny. I have to switch over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have 2 screens of Lenny. I only have 1 screen.
There's only one of me. He paid for double. He's paid for 2 pay-per-views.
I can see what happens now. Okay.
So,
Yeah,
Robert,
yeah.
what have you been? Where are you? You're in California, right?
That is correct. Yep.
So, what years were you there? So you were there in the late '80s, right?
I was there twice, but I wrote it down because I had to really think about it when I was
Write
there.
it down. You wrote it down?
Hey, man, I'm 50 now. I'm allowed to freaking write things down. So I was there from 75 to 78, and then 84 to 88.
Okay, so 9 through 12, and then early on.
Yeah.
Last century.
Now, did you graduate with me? Are you
No.
in 80? You were in 87 or 89?
I graduated in 89,
Okay.
but I left and graduated in Waynesville, Missouri.
Okay.
And then, but I came back a couple days after my graduation and graduated at the theatro as well, but I didn't get a
Did you?
diploma
Cool.
for that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
He was the prom king in Missouri. They liked him. They're like, hey, what's up, kid
Nah.
from Vincenzo? We'll make you the prom king. No,
You
didn't
know
it?
why?
Like a
'Cause
movie.
Smoldering. That's
Smoldering Robert. Smoldering.
No, I didn't get along with a lot of people there at first, but it was kind of a rude awakening.
You know what? Coming back to the States was a rude awakening. And you guys had a little bit, well, at least Joanna and you had a little bit different experience because you got to actually go other places. But, and I don't remember how long the Dempseys were there, but I was there from the age of 2 until I graduated high school. So when I moved back to the States, it was like slap in the
Oh,
face.
yeah.
Welcome to the freaking real world. And it's like, I don't like this world. I want to go back.
It was 3 for Sean. Sean was 3 when he moved there. I was 5.
Yeah. So
I was 3 in Germany. Yeah.
it's a different, well, and that's just, I was born in Germany. So for us, it was such a different experience with the Goldsteins and Langley, all the school teachers' kids. We were there forever, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, it's us. Let's hang out with the other kids. We already know each other. We're going to end up at our parents' parties together. We'll disperse and then reunite until some of us become cool and we'll sneak off. That's how it works.
It's so funny. I remember them calling me to the office to
You guys froze on me or
give
something.
tours for the new kids. And did your car guy come? What's happening?
I'm here now.
I'm like, where did he left again? The eagle.
Well,
the
you
eagle
guys
was back.
froze.
I was confused.
Sound went away. I didn't know what happened.
But yeah, I had to actually, Langley's first day, I had to show her around the school. I do remember that in 4th grade. So I was the very first person she ever met. So that was kind of neat to be the person that got to run everybody around.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where were you born, Joanna?
I was born in Seoul, Korea, and then actually right after Italy, my sophomore year, I went to Korea thereafter. So, and Korea was really culturally a rude awakening. Actually,
you had to be all en ASL. Okay. Yep.
But
yeah,
it was a very difficult transition to go from a European lifestyle living all the way to something very rigid and more of the Korean. And I actually was discriminated against in Korea because I was half and half. Mm-hmm. So I went a lot in shops and places, and I was considered like the dirt of the earth. So culturally, I was like, yeah, I had limited access to do things because I was half and half.
That's tough. That's kind of like in Japan, we would be gaijin, barbarians. Yeah. But I'd still cruise around. I'm like, hey, it's me, Gaijin, the barbarian. How are you? Conan, what's up? But I didn't have any problems over there. I had quit drinking by the time we were going to Japan. Didn't really party there.
Well, you were a bit of a drinker for as long as I can remember.
Yes.
Yeah, but I quit at like 21 or 22 for 18 years.
Wow.
Because I get in so much trouble in the Navy that I was like one day from getting kicked out. So I go, instead of going to captain's mast or whatever you want to call it in different branches, I go, how about send me to rehab? And I wasn't really serious. Just wanted a break from painting the ship or something. So I went there, I went there and I'm the only guy that made it through there. I go, yeah, I think I could do this. This ain't bad because they made us work out and I love working out back then. So I'm like, great. I just get to work out all the time.
I'm sorry. You said you love to work out? What is that? What is that?
Fitness.
You and Joanna.
Yes,
I did. See, we're going to, after this, I'm going to do an aerobics class with Joanna. We're going to do a duo, Zoom aerobics for the Cougars. And then Robert can, like be a DJ in the background,
Oh, yeah.
So your dad gave me a C in PE.
That bastard. No, he didn't.
C. I got all A's, C, right?
Really?
And then my last one, he gave me a W.
What the hell's a W?
Withdrawal
because I was moving. and then he he X'd it out, hand wrote C.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, see, Mr. Dempsey.
What? He was never that rough. What did you do?
What did you do?
I don't know. I was probably distracted.
Tell the girl in the corner with the paddle ball to come join the class.
Yes.
No, I don't know what.
Doing something different. Goofing off or being stupid.
Woo, woo, woo. No, joking.
And my mom actually went to go talk to your dad and said, why is Joanna getting a C in PE? She's so physical.
Yeah.
Oh, he was physical.
Yeah. Yeah, you're very physical.
Just kidding.
She was doing let's get physical. The dance. Okay.
Hey, we had the leg warmers. I'm just saying, we did have a look.
Yes,
Sean,
we had the leg warmers.
Sean
You're
does
very
a lot
quiet,
of aerobics.
Sean. This is so unusual for you.
He's just letting me be the blabber mouth here.
You guys remember the pavilion when they built it next to the officers club? I used to roller skate in that pavilion.
Me too.
I don't remember that at all.
I was in the roller disco, me and Mark Parkins.
Yeah.
But we're that was the roller disco era, street skates and stuff. Sunrunners.
Tennis shoe roller skates.
Yeah, those were awesome. And we went bar hopping one night on the skates. That was great. And I remember towing another kid behind me, Joey, and he's holding onto my back because he had the Sean skates. We had the little steel wheels. They were like roller derby skates. They had little crappy wheels. I had the nice big wheels so you could cruise over the rocks. And he's holding on to me, and I'm skating downtown. And then we came into a bar like, woo! And the bartender's like, what is that? How's he gliding across the bar like this? You know? and it was a blast. Like the stuff that you would get into. Like, let's see if our skates are faster than a car. I don't know. I mean, just the stupid stuff you'd push each other with. But that pavilion was cool, but it was kind of towards the end of my desire to skate anymore. Rollerblades weren't out yet. And I only did that for a brief while. How many of you two still rollerblade like Sean?
I
think I tried it once and that was enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if I had my killer, you know, like my sneaker skates that were like diarrhea brown with the yellow laces, I'd be all there. But yeah, no.
Now, do you guys remember any like specialty classes? Because I took a cheese class.
Cheese class?
Yeah, I took a cheese class and the mushroom class.
Damn, I wish I had.
I took advanced hand modeling and yes, that was it. Sean?
So I had a picture of us. This was from the mushroom class, and we went on a mushroom field trip.
That's pretty cool.
There was an actual mushroom class.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, my wife loves to pick mushrooms. She'd like that class.
I don't remember that at all. I remember like shop with Mr. Monteith, and we used to make fun that it was his spider or whatever. We used to talk about him, his little missing fingers and his shop class. I remember that. And then Mrs. Ritchie with home ec making a mac and cheese, and I do remember those days. And her getting me, and I remember her stopping me and Glenn in the hallway going, no PDA, no PDA.
Wow, she was already ahead of the game. I didn't know what a PDA was.
I didn't either. I was just, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you're like, that's some very taboo stuff you speak of.
Right? Can you not use acronyms? Can you just say no kissing in the friggin' hallway? I'm telling your mom. Well, yeah.
I'm telling. Yeah, that would have been better. What if Miss Ritchie was like, yeah, that would have been great.
So I want to know who everybody's actually kept in contact with.
This guy.
Just
besides Sean.
Sean and you, pretty much for me. Yeah.
What about you, Sean? You keep in touch with a lot of people, don't you?
Nobody.
You're lying.
He did for a hot minute. And then, you know, he got into making puppets out of wood.
I'm a real boy.
Yeah.
I just put Joanna in touch with Shaft.
Yes.
Did you really? Wow.
But it was funny because she remembered, you know, how do you describe somebody? And it's just like, she said, was there like somebody named Shaft? And I was like, yeah, I know where he is. Snapchat, Facebook. What do you want? Let me reach out to him. Boom. So they started.
There was Stickman. Wasn't there a Stickman?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Really tall black guy played basketball.
No, that was Tree. Stickman was a tall, skinny white
Tree. Same freaking thing. Tree, Stickman. They're made for what?
Beefy. And then Beefy.
Oh yeah, Beefy. That was Steve Miller. Steve Miller was Beefy.
Yes.
I think he's a member of the group. So what's up, buddy? I'll have you on here soon.
Yeah.
We're waving from you from Hollywood Squares.
That's right.
And today the grand prize is a Cougar jacket for anybody who can answer Sean's trivia questions.
Oh, is there a trivia question?
I have all kinds of questions.
Next round, I'm wearing my my letter jacket. I have it downstairs. I gotta put that sucker on.
Yeah, I gotta pull out my letter jacket.
By the end of this, you'll be all wearing it like, let's go.
That's right. I do. It's funny because everybody's like, well, you know what? I remember people telling me that their best years were their college years, and I think that may be an American thing.
Yeah,
because it was every American that I've ever met, including my mother, was like, oh, at the college years, you'll meet your best friends. They'll be friends forever. I don't talk to any of my college roommates, hardly ever. I touched base with them last week for the first time since we graduated college. But high school, I keep up with everybody in high school as much as I possibly can, because those were days that we were just carefree we were in another country, and it was, I loved those days.
But
Obviously, it's just awesome.
But I think it also helped that we were living in an Italian culture.
True.
So I think, you know, our connectiveness and how the culture is designed there is very different than, because I am in contact with nobody from Korea.
Yeah. I think I just miss the way of life. I miss it's just a little slower, you know, where everything here is just like, we got to do it. We got to do it now. It's got to be done and that's it. And there it was just kind of like, when I get to it, I get to it.
Yeah.
That's kind of like Hawaiian Islander style. Like, brah, be at the barbecue tomorrow, brah. You know, show up 3 days later for the barbecue. Hey, we barbecuing.
Oh, yeah.
I got stuck at 2 or 3.
But I'm going to go ahead and cook for you right now. I'm going to go ahead and make this meal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got stuck at 4 other barbecues before I got to your barbecue. And, you know, oh, you're so cool. No, they were in the way on the way over to your house. Right?
If you had 10 days to go back to Italy with your, you know, your family as is now, whatever, money's no object. What would you do with 10 days? Like, where would you go? What would you do? Joanna first.
I would definitely go back to the Uffizi in Florence and show my son the Uffizi and
for 10 days? No.
For 10 days.
For 10 days. And then I would show him around Venice and give him a private tour, because I had done that tour so many times for different celebrities that I just kind of know it by the back of my hand. And I just show him the different paintings, take him to, I have a great story. I take him to Peggy Guggenheim's private collection, her house in Venice.
Nice.
Yeah, I actually have a print, 1 of 15 in my house.
Nice.
Very nice. So you would take your son there like a celebrity for the celebrity mom experience.
Yes.
Perfect.
I heard 3 days. So you got 7 more days. I don't know if it's too much pressure.
Yeah. What about the discos, the nude beaches, and the volleyball court?
I'd probably go to the beach and go topless. Absolutely jump in the water.
No, with your son? God, that's awkward.
Yeah.
He'd walk down and go somewhere else. And
he's down the other end of the beach checking out the
leave him at the college or the high school beach, wherever he is. Yeah.
And I go back to Cagmoli and Portofino, where the Italians love to go to vacation and not the Americans. So
did you pick a season? What time of the year is this?
Oh, summer, always.
Summer. You like the hot, humid, muggy,
humid,
no air conditioning.
Yummy. I love the coconut, the fresh coconut, the fountains in Venice. Oh my gosh, so good.
I remember those. They used to split coconut and the water would flow off. Yeah.
And on the ice beds and
I would wonder where they were getting coconuts from in Venice, like, because they probably couldn't grow them.
I had no idea, but it was delicious.
Where are those? Were those like, were they coming from Africa? Maybe they were being shipped in from somewhere tropical. What about you, Christy? Where would you go?
Well, it's funny. So going back in 2007, I took my husband for the first time, which since then he's been trying to get us to go back and retire there. So I married the right one. Yeah. So for us and for him, it's funny because his favorite place was my favorite place my entire life, which was Lago di Garda, was always my favorite. And I don't know if it was just because it's just such a unique.
Very nice.
Lago di Garda.
Yeah.
Beautiful picture.
So we stayed there one night, and then he loved it so much that he's like, can we just stay another night? And I'm like, yeah, we're not in a rush to go, because we went for 15 days. And my friend Franco had our itinerary, and he actually surprised us there. So he actually got a hotel room in the same hotel with us, and we just had a ball. So it was such an experience. I loved it. But I just, for that little town for me is everything Italy is about, mostly because there's no Americans that go there. It's a German, basically, vacation retreat. Yeah. And for me, I would go probably when Carnivale was going on. So what's that, October maybe?
Yes.
That when Carnivale is? So, and it may be just my age, and I'm in the hot flash stage, so the thought of summer, I'm like, hell no, that's not happening. So October sounds about right. And plus, I just want to go in and introduce them to my friends, show them, you know, where I'm from, which is still my goal. I still have that goal. I need money to do that. But eventually, I would like to bring my kids there and show them, you know, like where I grew up in Ponte di Barberano, and introduce them to Franco, who I still keep in contact with after all these years, and Barbara Steps, or Johnson now, and Alwyn's still there. So there's so many people that are still there that I just want them to be ingrained in that and just really enjoy life, you know?
Throw food in there. What do you want to share with them? No food?
Well, from the pizza for sure. I mean, the pizza, there's nothing like pizza, nothing like it. Of course, as much as I make tortellini alla panna and prosciutto, just not the same, obviously. But I did start making homemade pasta. You all should be very proud of that, because that was a feat in itself. But yeah, I just like going up to Monteverrico and going to that little pizzeria that's right there and going downtown just to show them what life can be, that it doesn't have to be like this all the time, that you can just kind of take 4 hours to eat if you want, you know? Yeah. And just relax and enjoy the life around you, and culture is there every second, which it's not here. There's no culture around here.
I think it's about 3 days to shift that gear out, right? Yeah. To finally find out, like, okay, you go slow.
Yeah.
Just mellow. All right. I get it. It's just like, okay, we're going to do this one thing and then we're going to go eat. All right. And then we got siesta. Yep. All right. So then we're going to rest and then we're going to go eat.
We're going to go eat. Yeah. That's what Todd said. He's like, we literally we would get up, we would have breakfast, and then we'd have to have a mid-morning snack, and then we'd have to have lunch, then we'd have to have a mid-afternoon snack, and then we'd have to have a mid-evening, and then we'd have dinner, and then between that was gelato and cappuccino. So and the
final chaser is the
grappa.
That's right.
Grappa.
Ooh, naughty kids.
I want to tell a little story about Christy's husband, Todd. So I went
to my wedding, by the way, years ago.
Right. So her soon-to-be husband in the moment there was his way of kind of helping me acclimate to the Carolinas was, I forget, we probably went out to pick up some food or errands or something, and we're driving, and I don't know if it was me. There was a Krispy Kreme sign, and I'm like, "What is that?" And he kind of was like, "Hold on."
Especially being a cop, that's perfect.
Yes,
he had very
love our
deep
donuts.
knowledge.
We do love our donuts. It's not a fake thing.
That's real.
So he ordered
mythology.
So Italy, you probably order one donut because it's just so delicious. But Krispy Kreme is a different animal, and it's amazing when it's hot.
Oh God, making me want one right now.
I know. I see that when I said hot, right? When the hot sign went on, you were like, I need it.
Right.
But so he ordered like 2 dozens of just regular, double glazed. He had a little Southern draw on it. Give me a couple of boxes, double glazed, and then took us home, and he's like, try this.
That's right.
And it was just like, oh, this is good, and it was like, that one's good, and this one's good, and this.
It's like freaking potato chips. They just melt in your freaking mouth. One is just not enough.
Yeah.
Not enough.
It's like, now this is what we do to stay healthy as cows. We go for a jog after about 10 donuts. Right? I can see that. Perfect.
High, for sure.
Are you married to a police officer too, Joanna?
Oh, I'm not married. I'm divorced.
That's okay. Everybody is.
Welcome to the club.
Except Christy. You're the odd one out, Christy.
It's early. We've only been together 21 years. There's still time.
Yeah. There's so much time. I mean, there's still a chance for Fabio to leave Hollywood and find you.
No. If this one goes, there's not enough. No, I don't want another one. Thank you.
You don't want the Fabio from I Can't Believe It's Not Butter? I thought that was your type.
No.
And Fabio, yeah. No, not too horse maney. Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
I do like them pretty, but not that pretty.
Lenny, how about your 10 days? You got 10 days. You're going back. What are you going to do?
2 cases of beer on the train. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't even drink that
Is
much.
your wife sitting across from you wondering why?
Hey, play quarters with me. You don't want to play quarters? We all played quarters back when I was a kid.
Yes,
No,
we did.
Right, no.
Now it's flip cup.
No,
I would hit Sardinia. I'd probably, of course, meet up with Richard because he's talked about some great adventures and take her mushroom hunting. I like Richard Collins' episode if you haven't seen it. But he does agriturismo. He gives tours. He takes people sailing on catamarans over from, one side of Italy to Sardinia, where Marcus Dickey is like property manager.
Where is he?
In Sardinia.
Really?
It's a very beautiful, exotic place. I don't know.
I thought he was a golfer.
Yeah, he was running a golf. He was managing golf, and now he's into another aspect of business. But I think, maybe start drinking at Alan Bruzzo's winery, get really hammered, find my way over to, Richard, who's waiting there, hey, and, hunt for mushrooms from his boat off the side of the, as the boat is easing next to the mountainside and we're reaching over out of the lake of Lago di Garda, maybe mix that together and then take the catamaran ride. I
want to do your trip.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one right there. Maybe go to Padova and go downtown and try to buy some hash and see if the cops chase me. Something cool, some adventurous.
Giotto's frescoes are in Padova.
Now that I'm a salesman, I'd have them spinning. Hey, I was just kidding, just testing you. Good job. I'm here. I work with the other guys. Them, yeah, that works. It would work great. But that would be it. I mean, I have an Italian fighter kid that comes over here to the gym where I do a lot of the UFC stuff, and he's from Asiago, so I'd probably go up there and visit his family. He was sending me cheese from there like months ago. I had huge blocks of Asiago cheese.
Yummy.
And you guys remember when Asiago cheese showed up in Kraft? You're like, finally, they got it over here. It took forever because it was some rare thing that we used to eat. We'd have cheese, American cheese. It was just so bland, and we didn't have all the different kind of cheeses when we first moved back to the States.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you feel like when you have Parmesan cheese, it has to be specifically from that region of Parma? Like, I've tried other Parma, like, no, that's not the real stuff. I'm sorry. It doesn't taste the same.
That's because food snobs. Let's just be honest. There's no like, I remember moving back and they're like, you got to go to Olive Garden. And I'm like, yeah, I can't, I just can't do it. Yeah. I just can't do it. So I remember going to Olive Garden. They're like, it's so good. I'm like, I just can't do it. So yeah, I'm to this day, I'm an Italian snob when it comes to food.
Yes, me too.
For sure.
Any good Italian restaurants where you live, Christy?
Actually, yes. Charlotte.
Olive Garden.
Charlotte's got no, but Charlotte they have a killer food scene here. And I can't even remember. It's not an Italian name though. But yeah, they have several good. But you know what? It's funny. I don't eat Italian anymore because I'm so picky that I'm like, I'm gonna hate it. So I do like Brazilian and sushi and all sorts of different stuff. But I actually try to stay away from Italian unless somebody that I know knows where I'm from. They're like, you'll love the pizza. So there's a couple places that have brick oven pizza that have been pretty good. It just doesn't compare. There's just no true comparison to it.
You guys should go visit Sean, stay in his nice house, and go on a pizza adventure because there's a lot of great pizza up in New England.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's true. Because I have had pizza in Connecticut, but it's funny they have escarole and white beans. Holy mother of God, those things are kick ass. So it's a different kind of pizza. It's not. I had quattro stagioni with un uovo di centro. That was my favorite thing, the egg in the middle, and people thought I was freaking nuts. Yummy. Or pizza with radicchio on it. Phenomenal.
Bodybuilder pizza. With some eggs, more protein.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Put a scoop of protein, 2 eggs, and egg whites. Yeah.
And now I have to live vicariously through everybody who goes home, and then they show us the damn pizzas that they had. Which is crappy. Stop doing that.
Yes.
Not nice.
But I do make a good wood fire. Well, I do it on the grill though, but I'll get, the Tipio flour imported to make my own pizza.
We'll come over to your house. We're going to Joanna's house for a pizza party.
I need her to teach me how to do that on the grill.
It's really easy. And if you have a green egg, it works really good on a green egg. And so last summer, it was a choir event or whatever, and I had made prosciutto e funghi pizzas with the TPO flour and for all these kids. And of course, these kids are like, what is that? I'm like, it's ham and mushrooms, right? Italian mushrooms and prosciutto. And they all said, this is amazing. Why can't we have pizza like this, Mom? You know, because it was like, it was really close. It wasn't like perfect, but it was pretty close. So
you need to move closer to me.
Yes. My goal is to move to Florida. So.
Oh my God. She's going to be one of those old people that moves to Florida.
What part?
Ocala, so I'm close to my mom.
Oh yeah, she's
not over my shoulder.
Where is Ocala? I don't know geographically. It's like close to Orlando.
2 hours north of Orlando.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was trying out, if you guys want to try the North 40 room I made, just have random people pop in there. It's not recorded.
Okay.
I was in there talking with Denise Miller. Robert was in there. Nice. And Terry Poplinski was up. And it's like people from different areas, like, who are you? Where were you there for? Then it's like cold calling. It's just like in your face, like, oh, hello, would you like to buy something? It's different. Florida sounds like a good place to go. Yeah. What is it about there? Your surfing career? You want to get that back together? What is it?
Mommy.
No, just be close to my mom. I mean, everybody in my family is in Florida except for me, and I need to leave. So.
Yeah. How long have you been where you are?
19, 20 years, 20 plus.
Wow. It's a long time. Yeah. I've been in California since 87.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. I've been bouncing around it, but pretty much here, you know.
You know what's the coolest thing is literally we know someone probably in every state.
Yes.
Who can say that? Who can say that? You know what? I know somebody there. I know somebody there. It's freaking awesome. And you know what's really cool about our life is that you can contact someone that you haven't literally talked to, Lenny, in 30 freaking years.
That's
and
right.
It's like we have not missed a beat.
Yes.
We just start where we left off. And I find that to be with every single person that I've reconnected with coming from Virginia. I got in contact with Vicky Cougar last week for the first time, and we talked on the phone, and it was like we picked up from high school. It was like we didn't skip a beat, and it's been like that with every person that I've gotten back in contact with. There's no other circumstance that people do that. It's just not. It's not real.
This kind of set it off because the memory started getting deep, and people were like, did you see that? And then, you know, it's different when you do it, and it's just a flat picture. And it was like, and that's the conversation.
That's true.
We ADD out of there. They'll call me. They get to call me. Remember that thing like, well, I haven't called them because they haven't called me. Well, they haven't called you because you haven't called them. And it goes like, okay, well, me being in sales most of my life, I'm like, hey, I'm going to call. Tell me no, or I'm going to sell your damn house.
You know what, though? Facebook, as much as people hate Facebook, oh my God, it has reconnected me with my past, which is phenomenal. I love that Joanna and I have actually seen each other in the last several years, but to be able to actually just text somebody or message somebody or just stalk them. I've stalked several people just to kind of see where they are, and to be able to reconnect like that is just, they can say what they want and that Facebook is for older people. You bet your ass it is for us old people so that we can do this. This is awesome.
It's also, you got to be aware of the hateful algorithm with the divide and conquer spitting crap. So if you click on anything negative, you'll find more negative coming up. You're like, damn, how did they all find me? Like vampires eating people by the swimming pool. And all of a sudden your file will be vampires eating kids by the swimming pool.
Well, I don't know which one of you came up with this idea, but whoever did, kudos, because this is awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's right. Take credit, dude. Take it.
Yeah, take it.
Yeah.
So, Sean, you never answered the question yourself. If you went back again, I know you were there not too long ago, but
let me before he says a thing, he wants to go to the Arca Boleno, the theater by the Post.
Yes.
That doesn't exist. That hasn't existed for a million years. Wasn't that like an adult?
Took you a second.
Porn theater right outside the base?
Yeah, it was the adult movie theater right outside the base. You guys are like, is Len talking about something unique and cultural and meaningful here?
His face just went, yeah, no. All right, Sean, all you. We've been chatty Cathy's the entire time.
I don't mind.
I'll be back in a second.
It's more about what's my trip when I take my son. So, my wife and my son, and we're definitely going to spend, I think, more time in Rome. I hate to say we have to go back to Vicenza because I have to show just lost Lenny.
I'm like, where'd he go?
I don't know. Anyway, it's, you got to show him some things, right? You got to, at the same time, he's a teenager, so it's not exactly like this North 40.
It's a little different, I think, though, because as much as we want to go back home, it's not really home anymore. Let's be honest. Vicenza does not look the same anymore.
No,
Timbers is a travel company for the love of Pete. So it's not like we could say, oh, I went there and there and there. I want to introduce them to the people that are still there. That's important to me. Mm-hmm. But as far as the culture-wise, Vicenza is great for like Palladio and showing them those few things. But yeah, Cinque Terre and Rome and Florence and Venice, those are the places that we truly want to show people this is Italy.
Yeah.
Because they won't experience our Vicenza ever.
Yeah, no. And
they can't.
No offense to the people that are still in Vicenza for what it's worth. It's just my son won't have an association except for that moment in time, which is kind of like, why, okay. You have good memories here. What's next?
Well, it's not even like we can go back to the school and say, oh, these are some teachers that were here. No, nobody's there anymore. Literally, I don't think there's a teacher left there that hasn't retired. That's still actually technically working. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I know that like Brenda Bentley's still there and like Osca's still there. I mean, I know that there's there, but they're not there. And it's such a different experience. So I don't even know if I actually do the base because North 40 is not the North 40 anymore. It doesn't even exist anymore. So
that's the thing. I went back with my wife a couple of years ago and it was, okay, rent a car so you can go see the Rotunda up close and then drive out to Camisano where you used to live and then go out to, Villaggio del Sole. And it's like, why?
I know. Look, although Monte Berico, I think, is definitely a place to take that'll never change. It's the culture. Like even Teatro Olimpico, at least it's still there in its form. So at least those places will always remain the same. But our Vicenza from high school, it doesn't exist anymore. So I'm with you. I don't know if I wouldn't bring them back for that part of it.
I mean, lots of pizza. Lots of gelato.
Absolutely. Hey, Kiki.
You guys see Kitty?
I do see Kitty.
She's clawing me. Look at her butthole.
That's what they do. They got to put their butt put the camera, get the backside.
She's scared.
I am going to search the garage for more Vicenza pictures because I had the best time going through those pictures last night to post them. And oh my God, and I told you too before that there's a lot of my life that I don't remember. So when I was just like, I knew we were coming in tonight, I was like, I should probably look up some pictures. It like flooded me with memories. So I thank you both for that because I wouldn't have done that otherwise.
Right. It opened up and they were great pictures, and
I love them.
Yes.
I see people doing that. You've got some right there, Joanna. What were you going to share?
So this one, of course, this was right across from the high school. It was the youth center, and we'd always go there. And of course, I'm the only one who's giving the bird in this photo.
You are such a rebel. Oh my God. Okay, so Heather.
Yeah.
Is that Scott? Was that his name, Scott?
Yeah.
And you and
Dennis is
that Monique? It looks like Monique.
Dennis Smith is under the table.
He's under the table.
Oh my God, there's Dennis Smith. Oh my God, that's hilarious. That's awesome. I love that teen club. That teen club was awesome.
It really kind of kept us in activities and kept us kind of a little bit less in trouble.
Well, I think in the early 80s it did that for sure. The ladies, not so much. But oh my God, I remember dancing with Ricky Rosa. And like having our little dance off in the teen club and Sadie Hawkins, which I went with Dennis. Actually, Dennis, he was my technically my second boyfriend, because Conrad Thomas was my first boyfriend.
Conrad Thomas. It's funny, all the pictures, I could like name people like that.
Yeah.
It was just.
Oh, yeah, I have a picture of who I dated. And
Who is that?
Tom Pratt. I dated
Oh
Tom.
my God, Tom! You dated Tom Pratt?
He was the longest term boyfriend.
That's funny.
Yeah, Tom Pratt.
Oh, you know what? I
And
have
then
to
this
tell
is
you guys
Jay.
something. And actually, Lenny might remember this kid. Lenny, do you? Oh, dear Lord of mercy.
Yeah.
Do you
What's
do you
happening?
remember the Brisbanes?
Cecil.
Cecil
Yeah.
Brisbane.
Yeah. So very funny small world story. So I work for the Charlotte Police Department. Been there for 27 years, and I became a supervisor, 15 years ago or so. And I worked third shift because with the police department and probably anywhere you get promoted and demoted third shift immediately. And so I'm sitting there and this guy comes in and we're sitting there and I'm on Facebook, I'm going through pictures. And all of a sudden he said, I think that's my brother. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So Cecil Brisbane and I work together for the Charlotte Police Department.
No
And
way.
Yeah, and have for the past 20 years. And so it's so funny that he actually saw a picture of his brother on the playground in his velvet sweatsuit. And he's like, that's my brother. And so we have that so we laugh to this day about that. We have that in common. So what's up, Cecil? If you're watching this, he should be next.
I remember his name in the
Huh?
sweatsuit. I just, what a blast from the past. Wow.
I almost feel like we should, do a vacation, tens of VHS, like a vacation, like 2 weeks. So whatever the overlap is of people or whatever, and it's at, of course, where Christy wants to go back.
Whoa, where did this come from?
Look at this.
Downtown Vicenza.
Yeah, Lago di Garda is where we should have it.
Oh,
That's been brought up several times.
I would go back to Garda in a second.
Yes.
See, now Sean and Lenny might remember this. Do you remember Gardaland?
Yes.
Do you remember that? Do you remember like that Little Italy, like mini Italia? Do you remember that?
I remember we used to go there on trips in elementary
Yes,
school.
when we were in elementary school. Absolutely.
Like a miniaturized Italy.
That's exactly right.
In
That's
Italy.
exactly right.
Yeah.
But Gardaland, I miss Gardaland. I'm sure they don't have that. What's up, yo?
Nice.
Look
This
at
is
that.
me taking my wife to the Teatro Olimpico, telling her this is where we graduated.
Mm-hmm.
And her response was very,
Yeah, right.
whatever. This is your place. Right, whatever.
Yeah, one of those guys, like those pickup artists. I own this
nice.
building. Yeah, okay.
That's nice.
This
Yeah,
is
it's so funny because in Italy you don't ask for pepperoni.
No,
picante.
You're torturing Joanna with this.
that's
carbs.
not nice.
Mean
Yeah.
carbs.
It's funny. I still can't eat a normal pizza, though. I always still ask for my melanzane. Love my melanzane.
There you go. This is
Nice.
good display, Sean.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Is that place still open on the left, the ice cream place?
Garibaldi.
Garibaldi's, that's, yeah.
Yeah.
Sì.
Mr.
Ma non è lo stesso. Il gelato non è di fronte alla finestra. Devi entrare e poi ordinare là con
Nice.
Oh,
il
very nice.
barista.
Back to that. Oh, look at some Italian birds. Very exotic.
Piazza di Signore. Yeah, y'all are making me really homesick now. I'm
Yeah.
going to have a
There
few
you go.
drinks now to cry myself to sleep.
Yeah, you remember the tour where the guy would go, look, I'm over here out of the building. See the 3 dimensions? We'd go there for a field trip
Yep.
like 3 or 4 times. Like, okay, field trip, same stuff.
Seen this like 12 times. Can we go somewhere else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear Mr. Hakim here in the teatro talking about it? Like, that statue is made out of wood, and there was
That's right.
a
And
general.
he cut it with the sword, and it I remember. Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
That's all I asked when I went there. Whoever the attendant was, I'm like, which is the one that's got the sword stuck in it? And they're like, what are you talking about?
After a
You know
bad
who
performance.
I got to see Mr. Benanti a year ago.
No. How
Yeah.
is he?
He lives in Greenville, South Carolina, which is only a couple hours from me. So myself and my mom and Alwyn Marshall and my boys went to go and visit him.
How is he?
He's old,
He's
but
phenomenal.
he's good. He actually had some he had a heart valve transplant, but he's still kicking. I mean, he's still got his beautiful rose garden. If anybody ever went to the castle when Mrs. Benanti was alive and had the Christmas parties out there, I guess that was mostly us teachers' kids. But
that's what you get from Vicenza is
I can't remember.
Where can a teacher have a castle? Nowhere else.
Right, exactly.
No
but
city
his whole front yard was all roses. So, and his whole house, it's funny, if his whole house, it's like the castle, he moved everything to Greenville, and you walk in and it was like a flashback. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Is he with it though? Like, would he?
Oh, absolutely. He was golfing until 2 years ago, and he's like, I think he's 90 now, and he was still golfing. And finally his doctor's like, okay, we have to have a heart transplant valve. I need you to not golf anymore. So, but he is, his brain is right there. I mean, and he was pulling out pictures from me in third grade, because I was in his 6th grade class. And I mean, just as wonderful then or now as he was then, truly.
So the other person who was just really wonderful was I can't remember her name. Maybe you guys can help me out here. Is the librarian.
Miss O'Keefe. Miss Nimi.
Yeah, so Miss O'Keefe and my mom kept in touch for a really long time.
Nice.
Well, there was two. I don't know. Miss Nimi and Miss O'Keefe.
No, it was.
Wait, was it O'Keefe or Odetta?
It was O'Keefe.
Odetta O'Keefe, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think Odetta was her first name, yeah.
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 Look at this. Vicenza.
I have that picture too. I love that picture.
Yep. We've seen all this good stuff. Fantastic. So how many of you were in band?
In band? Mm-hmm. I was in choir.
Yeah, I was in choir.
So you guys don't have this one time in band camp story I've been waiting for?
No.
But this one time in choir camp, we have those too.
Yeah, okay. Same thing. Same thing.
In drama club.
Guys.
And drama club, that's right. With Mr. Robinson.
I still have that ceramic shoe you had custom made for me, Christy.
The what?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
We're all on the train together now.
We're heading into Venice.
We're back on the train.
Oh, that's so nice. That makes me homesick. Like just looking out and.
Sigh.
Biglietti, per
favore.
Mm-hmm.
Joanna, what do you have that I gave you?
It's a ceramic shoe. It was a pantomime I did for the Shoe Fits Wear It kind of thing. I still have this ceramic shoe.
You have so many things. So it's so funny. So many people have kept like little mementos from.
Yes.
I have pictures. That's it. I don't have anything else.
I still have that pack of mustard from McDonald's from Germany that Mark Parkins gave me. No, I don't. But imagine that. It's not that bad, right?
I can't believe our parents just let us hop on a train, go wherever in Italy or up to Germany or Austria or whatever. It's like, hey, I'm going to go here for the weekend. Well, do you have enough money? I have $85. Oh, you're good.
It's true.
That gave them more time to do their thing.
You know what? That's so true because our parents, they went to a lot of damn parties.
Oh my God, so many
parties. They went to a lot of parties.
Yeah. I had to go to a couple of parties with my mom, and then we would get home at like 2 or 3 in the morning because my mom would be dancing and singing on the table getting
my mother too. That's hilarious.
And we would get in trouble getting home so late.
You had disco parents. It was the era of disco. Come on.
Well, it's funny. So some of the pictures I posted yesterday are from '92 actually. And it was New Year's Eve. I guess I came home for the summer, and most of the teachers' kids, we all came home, and I guess some others too, because I guess their parents were still stationed there. So in '92, I asked my mom if I could have a New Year's Eve party, and if y'all remember, I lived freaking like 45 minutes away from Post, so it was a haul.
It was a haul.
And she said, invite who you want. Well, that was bad mistake, because I actually just invited like some people, and apparently they invited other people, and then they invited other people. So my house was packed. filled with people. And it ended up, I mean, it was a blast for sure, but because at that point, you know, I know a lot of GIs at that point. So, and they were like, hell yeah, an American party. So then they all came with it and they all had cars. So that was, I mean, it was just such a good time. And I remember my mom coming, she wasn't home. And then she came home and she goes, all right, all of you, put your keys in a basket. Boys downstairs, girls upstairs. She locked the door and went, and she goes, now when I get up in the morning, I'm going to go have a cappuccino down the street. When I come back, this house better be clean. So I was like, where else is that going to happen? Where? Nowhere.
Yeah. Are you going to do that for your kids or what?
Hell no. No.
See, the double standard of Vicenza.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Total double standard.
We're going to make them all very innocent. I know nothing about what you speak of, son.
Well, first of all, my kids think I was a straight A student that did nothing. So, and I would like to leave it that way.
Yeah, they are not supposed to watch this podcast.
Never. Well, yeah,
Right.
when they're out of the house and have their own family, they can watch it then. We'll archive it until then.
Oh, there's people actually that have their kids are watching this. Lisa's kids are watching this.
Yeah,
People's dads.
I was wild and crazy, and you know, my son goes, "Man, Mom, you were crazy. You were, you know," because I was always a daredevil and always willing to try something new, and my son is a lot more reserved. It's like
The opposite, right?
the opposite.
But we were wild in a different way. Like I never was into drugs. I mean, I tried a couple of times maybe,
like
but I was never, my wildness was, okay, what can I get away with and not get caught?
Yeah.
And it was, you know, like, but those were like in my later high school years, not in my early high school years. And then hell, we all drank. I drank from the time I was 5, and we would drink freaking wine from the freaking table. So it's like, that wasn't such an issue back then, you know, just a different lifestyle.
The one thing I don't miss is the body odor on the boat taxis. Don't miss one iota.
That's interesting.
Armpits
No
in my
mafia.
face and so short, you know, I'm only 5 foot. So I was like,
Right there, armpit.
the armpit zone of everybody. I'm like, gosh.
But they covered it with cologne and perfume. They covered it up.
It did not work. It did not work. No.
He's like,
I do love the hygiene of Americans overall and compared to Italians.
It's la différence. So here this place is that we've been to 100 times.
Yeah.
And people in the States are like, oh, I've been to Venezia. We're like, yeah.
Are you on a Valparaiso right there?
Hey.
Yeah. It's funny. I never went my entire life growing up there. I never went on a gondola, and I finally went when I brought Todd back with me in 2007. And damn, if we didn't get the one gondola person that was talking on his damn cell phone the entire damn time. What are the chances? What were the chances? No romantic thing there. So,
Right?
Yep.
I can hear the rumbling of the diesel engines there trying to pull into the stop. Hey, do you guys see pictures after COVID where when?
Oh my God! I was just gonna say that. Who is that? Who is that takes those pictures on our site?
I thought it was.
I don't remember his name. Sorry,
Mark Mitch or Tonolino. I think.
I'll tell you what. He is a phenomenal photographer. Number one, but two, wow! Talk about seeing Italy in a different light. And how clean and how beautiful it is without all that trash everywhere.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
I was always really disappointed in, like, on the other side, getting toward France, like Genoa. It was just so filthy. And yeah.
Side note: this is the hotel we stayed at. Obviously, we're looking at Venice across the way. I forget the town, but really inexpensive, phenomenal hotel, amazing breakfast. I mean, amazing breakfast. Absolutely.
I have one too. We didn't stay in Venice either, and it was a converted barn house, and it was phenomenal too. Oh God, I want that right now.
Yeah, bolognese.
Damn.
I was looking.
This is what happens after a couple drinks. I'm like, damn, I got the munchies.
Yeah. I was gonna stay in Abano of all places. Remember Abano?
I love Abano. Yeah. Spas.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we were gonna go to Abano and then go to Venice from Abano and back to Abano, and it was pretty reasonable. You know, but
right,
you know,
so I don't want to exclude people in the 70s or the 90s, but I really, really would love to have just an 80s reunion.
Yeah.
Just
This
80s.
is a great museum, by the way. Fantastic.
I love you 70s and 90s people, but I just want an 80s reunion.
why?
Okay.
Because they're theme parties now.
Yes, yes.
We were so cool.
Joanna,
No, because I remember everybody from the 80s. I don't know anybody outside of those states.
Okay. So I'll share, since you had it on the Guggenheim.
Oh, I thought you were bringing your laptop to your son to be like, look, this is the museum.
Okay, make
I'm
her
gonna put
screen bigger, Sean.
This is the Guggenheim piece behind me.
Make her screen bigger, yeah. There you go.
We do that from
That's
here.
the Guggenheim piece.
No, just
behind
stop sharing. You can just stop share, and then that's it.
There we go.
Okay, there you go. I thought you were going to show us the guy on the mule.
So that's
duro.
You take kids there, and he's like, "Woohoo! It's me, the adult film star that rides the mule." Yeah, we're like, "Here's a museum, kids." Yeah, you know what I'm talking about in Guggenheim?
yes.
Yeah, of course. You went there. It was at the front door. I'm like, okay.
Yep.
Like it was kind of like Andy Warhol-esque for us kids. They're like, this is funky. Okay. So
I'd like to go there now with no people on it.
Yes,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Did you buy any trinkets? Little gondola pens? The pen that the girl
Oh,
gets.
yeah, the gondolas that kind of go up and down, and
Mm-hmm.
I'd go back to Murano and Burano, the islands.
yeah, I want to go to some of the pretty places, you know.
I'm gonna have the prosciutto e melone stasera.
Prosciutto e melone.
Porta Nuova.
Show us a picture of some Italians like fighting a goat with a sword.
It's like bring these people out of the dark and make them get on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, but you don't want to be like this. This will be small on their phones. This was
the only bummer with our 10-day trip. Venice was rainy, so we had to buy cheap umbrellas. No, I'm not bringing an umbrella from Boston to get over there. No.
I could have bought those plastic rain things that we used to put over us.
Yeah, the poncho.
Ponchos.
I will tell you, we made this trip. I mean, we started bar hopping and just drinking vino to one bar to the next on our walk back to the bus and all that stuff. It was a great trip.
Those are some of them $15 chairs. Oh, you want to sit down?
Yeah, right.
Or you want to sit on the pigeon crap? That's up to you.
You know?
Bridge of size, nice. Nice.
You remember that Paul Cosell fell in the water while taking pictures?
No, that's hilarious. He was a very good photographer too, actually.
Yeah.
My mom actually has some of his pictures actually hanging up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think I have a couple, maybe two.
I realized why you didn't ride the gondola when you were a kid, because it was like $150 back then.
Right? It was crazy.
And they're like, come on, it's the only time ever. They're using the scarcity sale. $300, 300,000 lire, andiamo. Come on, American, go. You can never have the experience. You never be on the boat in the dirty waters before. It's romantic. You don't treat your lady right, you know.
Oh, that looks so good right there. Oh.
Yeah, some little funky cookies on the side.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, but that's all it took. You had your caffeine boost right there.
Yep, right there. That was breakfast out the door.
Never enough. I'd have to have about 10 throughout the day. Yeah, I can drink it all day long.
Bart lives over there, as you may or may not know, Bart Draculich, and he mentioned, I saw him many years ago, but in Bologna, and he's like, they know you're American when you ask for like a venti caramel latte.
Yes. Caramel latte.
Mocha frappuccino. Yeah, what?
Like 2 gallons of milk and 2 shots.
Yeah, that's how it works. Is it hot there, Joanna?
No,
it's called we're 50 and we're going through hot flashes.
Yeah, hot flashes.
Ah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Look at that. Oh, gosh, you're making me hungry.
No lie.
I do make that every once in a while at home.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
you guys look way too young to be having hot flashes.
Nice. So Jenny Rokas lives 5 minutes from me here.
Wow.
Yeah.
She a cop too?
She is not. She is a family counselor, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And
So
actually, her mom lives here too. Mary Rokas lives here, and so does Holly. They all live in Charlotte.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a lot of cougars in
Didn't
Carolina.
Holly live up in Philadelphia?
Who?
Holly?
No, Holly lives here.
Did she, though, previously?
Oh, I don't know. I think Ron lived there. I know Ron. I know we did Christy's 30th birthday there. I don't remember. It was several years ago. And Christy's in London, and Emily's in California.
Oh, there's how many cougars are nearby?
I got to actually see Suzanne Trisco, if you all remember her.
Where is she?
She is in Bowie, Maryland, and she refuses to get Facebook. So I had to like dig and beg for her phone number, but I actually got to have lunch and meet her daughter the last time I was in Baltimore with my son. So that was kind of cool. And I'm trying to think of who else there's a lot of people around here. Actually, it's funny. Actually, one of my GI boyfriends actually lives 45 minutes from here, and I'm actually friends with him and his wife and their kids, which is a really small world. So,
wow.
Yeah. So, but there's a lot of people in the Carolinas, and probably because it's so the proximity of Charlotte to Fayetteville, maybe because it's so people kind of hung around in this area. Maybe I just landed here from Connecticut because Mendy Greer lived here. Do y'all remember Mendy Greer?
Down in Arizona.
She is in Arizona now, yes. So I couldn't find a job when I graduated college. And I was just like, yeah, I don't have it. So I called her. I'm like, is Charlotte hiring? And she's like, I don't know, move down. So I did. I just moved and stayed on her couch for a couple months. And then I got hired, and then she moved. She ended up moving. But so there's, and then I caught up with Joanna, which was kind of cool. Her son came here for choir, and so it's really been a whirlwind lately to be able to catch up with people from the past.
I figured there'd be a lot of them there because of Fort Bragg, or you'd have a lot of people settle where their dad or their mom or whoever was stationed there kind of let off, and then they just kind of like, I'll get a job working at this ice cream truck. There they are 30 years later. Hey, were you in Vicenza? No, it's kind of like that. And some of us were just like, let's go see everything,
I got to see a lot of people in the last 2 years. Before then, it was like feast. I mean, it was like famine. But I got to see Sean Klebb. I went to Denver. I got to see Sean Klebb and Nikki Holland. We got to see them. And then Nikki and Terry Steen and Joanna Clautu and Judy C. all came to Charlotte and stayed the weekend. And we had a little reunion here. So that was cool.
You guys are all pretty
crap,
close by.
I want that pasta. Stop it.
I'm looking at it.
Stop it.
Dang.
That's like torture.
It is torture. Total torture.
Not nice.
This is strange.
Want some cheese?
Johnny
wine. Cheese with my wine.
Johnny Formaggio over here,
Johnny Formaggio.
Yeah. So the person going on the next adventure is Joanna. She's going to go find new places to visit and get out Indiana, huh?
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
Make a trip overseas.
Time to go. How long has it been since you took a good trip out of the area? I mean, before COVID and all that.
It's definitely been probably 12 years.
Really?
The last trips I did was like, I was France. I loved southern France, Aix-en-Provence, and Saint-Canard. That area is fantastic.
That's cool. I've been over to Spain a lot. That's where I've been going.
Okay.
I love the Canary Islands, and I like it better than Italy. Sorry, but I do, because I like ham. No, I was like, no, seriously. My wife and I were going, and we're like, I'm looking at like, what do they eat over there? They go, jamon, ham. So I go, what's so fucking great about ham? Well, it's prosciutto. It's like super prosciutto. Jamon iberico is amazing. Even Richard Collins will tell you that one.
They're known to have the best beef, actually. There was a Netflix documentary that traveled around the world, and it pretty straightforward. But they talked about the differences and how they, you start with where is the best beef, and it came to be it's actually Spain.
Yep, and their pizza's good, just like Italian, and everything's either coffee, you name it. So you kind of get, Italy's changed a lot. So Spain has stayed the same a lot. So that's the kind of fun part about it. And the price is good.
I really want to go to Spain because I love sardines, and I heard their grilled sardines are like the best.
Tapas.
So.
Sicily for me.
Everything we talk about all revolves around food.
Yeah.
Right?
Concerts.
Yeah.
Booze.
I went and saw this when we were really tiny, my brother and I and my parents. And it was so damn hot in Verona that I was like, I ordered probably 5 ice creams because there was no way to cool off. I don't know why, but it was just like steaming hot there. Maybe it was all the people in there. But this is Aida, the opera.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like the Blue Man Group, but it's in Italy.
So my mom auditioned for the Verona Opera, and she was accepted. And my mom made a tough decision that she would rather not live the operatic lifestyle and still continue to put on productions and do her job with the military.
That's pretty cool.
So, that was a really tough decision for her. She struggled with that decision. Because when she was accepted with the Verona Opera, it was kind of like, okay, that's big time. And but I think she made the right choice.
What was your mom in charge of MWR type stuff for concerts, USO, or what did she do?
Yeah,
How'd she get that?
She just kind of worked her way up. When she first started off in the government, she was actually just sewing uniforms, alterations for regular fatigues and stuff. And then, she had her PhD by the time she was 21 in music. So she wanted to utilize her degree, and she started doing theater productions on the military base. And that's kind of how her career pathway launched, slowly but surely. She just kept on moving up through the ranks as a civilian with the government until she was like running productions.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. That's a very unique job. I'll have someone on here like, my dad was in charge of the pinball machine at the bowling alley. But that's a cool job. I like it.
This is the first meal I shared with my wife when we arrived in Italy. This is Verona, just before the Aida concert. Bucket list for her, like the audience. Everybody around us is pretty much German or Italian. All the Germans come down to go to the Aida and the opera and all that. And I had to regress immediately to the classics, prosciutto melone, and then my original favorite, pizza prosciutto. It was just
amazing.
And there's an ashtray so you can smoke while you're eating, like the Italians do. You ever seen that? Oh yeah, that's really wild.
Are they still smoking a lot, or is it like here where it's kind of like taboo now?
No, Spain, it was cool. I still smoke, so I liked it. But it's like outdoors, not indoors.
I do miss the smoking, but it's been like 15 years now. So
good for stay where you're at. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
I know I wouldn't go back, but damn, I miss it.
Everybody in all those pictures has cigarettes in their pockets.
I did try to crop people's cigarettes out just in case their kids were looking at them.
You had. I saw that Judy had one in her pocket and Kathy.
I know.
And then like this other kid had one. I'm like, oh my gosh, everybody has this stuff.
But I couldn't. There was no way for me to cut out all the booze.
What was that comment that one guy made? Who's the 11-year-old with the beer?
That's right. Was that Louis Bonamego? Is that who that was?
Louis in one of the pictures, but I don't think it was him with the bear.
Who was that? Who was that?
I gotta tell you this great story about Louis. So Louis was kind of like, when you're dual culture, like if you're a little too Italian versus American, like it would be like yin and yang, hard and soft. America's alpha, Italians more, hey, how are you? More, I'm a friendly, like, you're not acting manly. I'm not saying that he did that or nothing, right? But so in the Italian world, he might have been a little awkward on bass. Like some kids, I don't remember Louis. I go, Louis was a stud. I was hanging out I came back from the Navy, and I'm there in 1989. We're at Palladium. And he's like, hey, don't worry. I'll talk to that one. Hey, I got too many quid. And he was like friggin' Fonzie at the Palladium. So, Louis, it's for you, baby. 2 thumbs up. Huh? Now, a lot of guys, he's like, here, let me get one for you. Let me introduce these girls over here. I thought I was talking to like some guy from New York. Hey, it's me, Vinny. Hey, I get all the girls. You like my medallion? Hey, how you doing? Hey, chickies, come here. It was funny. So, Louis Bonamego, hidden playboy, hidden stallion.
So who were those 3 people in the picture? Because I don't remember. I mean, I recognize them.
Where did you post the pictures, Lenny?
That was at the rock quarry I think it was my senior year. So it was at the rock quarry, but I don't know who those 3 people were. I know that's terrible.
Where did we post the pictures? Because I'll bring them up here.
You can go on Christy's profile. It's probably easier.
You can go on her mine or go in the messenger I sent you with all the pictures under it.
Okay, I'm going to Christy.
I thought that was Louis Bonamego on the left, and then
there was Louis
somebody?
Bonamego on the right in the first picture. Robert on the left, Louis on the right.
Okay, and then was Jamie somebody in there?
Jamie.
Who's the big guy in the middle? Wasn't his name Jamie?
Yeah. That was Jamie.
Right?
Jamie Anson? Jameson?
Jameson, he's got a different last name now.
Jamie Shockrick?
Is that his stage name when he works at Thunder from Down Under?
It was like, father's name and then took his adopted father's name kind of thing.
Okay.
Look at that hair. Gotta love it.
Look at that.
I love that hair.
There she is. There they are.
Andy and Barbara.
And Mindy.
And Mindy looks exactly the freaking same. So does Barbara. So that was 92. That was at my house for New Year's Eve.
Is that Marlo Daly?
No, that was.
Is that?
That's Steffo and Sam and Jonathan and Langley.
I thought that was Langley. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that looks like Sam. And I thought that was.
That's me and Christy Rokas.
Is she standing on a ledge? She wasn't that much.
No, do you remember when we had that was
really tall.
Mr. Hakim's classroom?
Okay.
Yeah.
That thing on the wall there. Yeah. Okay.
How about that sweater? Dig it.
Yeah, it's happening. Now I was mentioning.
Who is the guy in the middle? For the life of me, I don't know who that is.
No idea.
In the blue.
Yeah,
he might have been a GI or a guy back from college.
He was somebody's. Maybe he was back from college, but I don't know who he was.
Look at Sean Stanton and Bart. And Bart looks like he's hiding his beer. He knew that the photos would be coming out many years later.
Someday they will come back to haunt you.
He's
I'm working on getting him and Hank on here.
He's like, this is a bottle of oranchata. I'm going to be in charge of a college one day, and I can't get caught on a podcast.
So
I'm looking
Tina
forward to
Brooks and my fine-ass boyfriend in my senior year. Yes, he was pretty fine, but he was a jackass. But Tina Brooks, I haven't heard and seen from her. And of course, gotta love my afro. Dig it. Mm-hmm. Keep on. That was September's.
Which is now a
travel agency.
Travel agency.
Or an art? Is it an art museum now, or is it
human resources?
No, it's a human resource, like an agency, temp agency.
Manpower.
So the guy in the glasses, is that a Ratcliffe?
It looks like I don't think it's John Ratcliffe though.
No, I don't think it's a Ratcliffe.
But it looks like him, doesn't it?
It does.
Someone copied his hair.
Okay.
It's not him.
And that's Gina and is that Trista maybe? I don't know.
No, it's Lisa Woods.
Okay, so they were after my year.
Yeah. Elisa was younger. Joanna and Gina, 89. I can't tell who that is in the back there for sure.
I don't know. Who's the kid on the left?
I don't know. I keep thinking that's one of the Chris Lane's brother, but I'm not sure.
Let's see.
Okay, there it is.
That's Jamie and the 11-year-old.
Yeah, we did it.
That was one of my friends from the police department that said, "Who's the 11-year-old?"
Well, the 11-year-old was not drinking. He was carrying the beer for Jamie, who needed two. And he was out of hands. He was like, hold my other beer. Hold my other beer. I get it.
All right, so is that Louis?
No.
Who is that?
So Kevin Cadena on the right, Jamie Anson in the middle, who we did a podcast with. I sent him the picture because he's not on Facebook right now, and he was like, "OMG," he loved it, you know. And I don't remember this guy's name. David Burke comes to mind, but I don't know if that's even close.
All right,
He's
so
probably
whoever's out there
in
that
beer
recognized him,
commercials.
go and tell us who he is.
He's probably doing beer commercials.
So that's Sabina,
Yeah.
who actually is even more stunning now than she was then, if that was possible.
Yep. Great picture.
That's a good picture.
Yeah.
See the Marlboros and the Marlboros. See the Marlboros.
Yep. In the
Uh-huh.
pocket.
They had their hair down though. They were rocking
That's right.
hair.
That's right.
Michelle, John Teska.
Yeah.
Um,
Matt.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Christy and Gina. Yeah.
Mhm.
Marcus.
Marcus. I'm trying to get Marcus. In basketball, we had the Slamma Jammas.
You need to
We
get
had
Marcus,
David.
Harold, Wolverton, and Richmond in there. Three of them. They were inseparable back then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Everett Young, and then
Everett, yeah.
Paul Cheatham was another one. But anyway, it'd be great to have them on. I could go back memory lane with them.
I remember our senior trip with them. Oh my God, hilarious. When we went to, where did we all go for? It was some beach place. Our senior skip day. Where did we go? Rimini. Yes. Yeah. Dave. Is he a chef now?
I think so in Texas,
cool.
but he's fallen off the map a bit. So I'm
Well, his wife actually just thanked me for posting that. She hadn't seen it yet.
What's that?
His wife actually sent me something saying, thanks for posting that. I hadn't seen it yet. That's me and Langley.
I thought that was Langley. Yeah.
Yeah.
The teacher's kids.
That's right.
These kids.
And I believe that was 1987 prom.
Ivan Doliani.
Michaela Mavarty.
Now, where was this?
That's Chris
photo?
Graham.
With Lisa
Suzanne
Cross.
Trisco, Gibson, Bonnie Gibson, Lisa Rolick, Lisa Brown. I think that's Katie behind Lisa.
Probably.
Okay. Yeah.
Sue Trisco. This is
But I don't know who that
Kelly
person
McKay.
is. That does not look like Kelly at all.
Who's the half face in the front right, man?
I don't know.
Who's that stranger? I
Don't know.
Okay. Kira.
Kira and Joanna Klaatu. I love that. Sean Gunn and Tom Pratt.
Yeah.
I don't know who this is.
I know.
It almost looks like Tracy Brown a little bit.
No.
And that looks like Jonathan on the left, actually.
Yeah, it does.
Steve Shuey. Lisa, Katie, and Joanne. That actually was on the way to Rimini. Their senior year. There's Joanna and her parents.
Yep.
Matt Langer.
Matt.
Lisa saw Matt. I think Matt's out in Nebraska. I think his sister Tristan is there too.
You know, I wanted to see if we knew any traction on his Sony and Sam Adams.
Yeah, I know where Sony is. She's in Charleston area, I believe. She's a phenomenal photographer. Phenomenal.
Sam is. I don't know where he.
I don't know where he
where
is.
his real home is. It could be Switzerland or Zurich or something. But the Goldsteins would be connected to Sam. It might be possible to get another podcast together with them. Goldstein, Steffo, Sam. They're kind of their own in a sense. They're a clique. So
yeah.
They know about it. Steffo loved the podcasting. So it's been fun.
Which ones did you ladies watch?
That's Conrad Thomas right there.
I didn't recognize it.
My first kiss.
Yes, I remember that.
Looks like he's ready to bring you one.
I think he may have been. He may have been.
So I don't.
Michelle McKay.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, I ran into her on a field trip with my youngest son. We were at the Science Museum in Raleigh, and I was going to the bathroom, and all of a sudden I look up, and she's like, "Christy?" ran into each other in the bathroom at the freaking Science Museum in Raleigh, North Carolina.
That's awesome.
On a field trip. We were both on field trip with our kids. Funny.
Wow.
That's
Small
awesome.
freaking world. Crazy.
That is a small world.
Yeah.
Penny.
Yep.
Yeah.
Michaela and Lisa.
Yep. Lisa.
Lisa.
Heather, Michaela, and Dickie.
Ha!
What
That's
was the
Vicky.
purpose? What was the purpose of those walls?
I really don't know what the
It
purpose
was
of
to
them were.
was to take the naughty
Privacy
children
barrier.
and
I think it was to climb over.
There we are.
Were they-
Three of
I thought
us
they
were
were some-
inseparable back then.
Yes.
What's with the tongue over here?
I know. Heather trying to be sexy.
Yeah.
Hey there, GIs.
Do you remember the back of the cafeteria? That was the back of the back door of the cafeteria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Walking towards the huts.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Ivan, he's like, how you doing? Hey, it's Ivan. I got a Pepsi. Rocking the Pepsi.
What's with the seriousness here in this one?
I think that was supposed to be like smoldering sexy looks. I'm not really sure.
You guys gotta catch up to Robert, man. Smoldering Robert's still got it.
Yes, he
All
does.
beat. You guys tried, and he's like, that's not a photograph.
So Margaret Trevathan is the second on the left. Do you remember her? She's actually a nurse, and she was living in Hawaii, I believe, but now she lives somewhere in, Georgia, I believe, and she actually raises goats, and they do soaps and all sorts of stuff. So she's gone organic, but I think she's still a nurse too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who's this in the middle with the finger up?
Beyond something.
Is that Deion Parker?
Yes, that's who that is.
Yeah.
No way. That is
Yeah.
so not Deion like.
It is.
It is.
You
Look
got
at
Nick
Nick.
Finelli.
Look at Nick and his fine self. You know, all the girls were like, "Oh, I love Nick." We all had crushes on Nick.
Everybody had a crush on Nick.
We all had crushes on him.
Julian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's the
Jill.
kid on the left?
I don't know.
That's a Solomon right there in the front.
Yeah, Chris.
I thought that's Jay.
Chris is they unfortunately or sadly lost their father recently.
Oh,
But-
did they?
Yeah. But he wrote he posted on Facebook a really, his commentary was, we're going to celebrate the moment and tell you all about all the good that's been going on, because it's been a painful process for time, but
Mhm.
it was wonderful. I mean, just a wonderful,
Tribute.
yeah, it really was.
Oh.
And he's a writer, and he's all about nature and the the wilderness and all the parks. But he's a published author. He writes for various magazines. I just don't know everything. I don't have his whole history, but
Well, his sister's done very well herself.
Molly,
Yeah.
Katie is not online for all intents and purposes. Katie was my year.
Yeah, I don't know Katie, but Molly, I remember Molly.
Mr. Donaldson.
Jeremy.
Did you
Was
watch
that the
him?
boat trip where I got in trouble and sent to the principal's office because
Who
it was
knows?
a private
It
tour of
looks like a Vaporetto.
Did you listen to him on YouTube? He's got a
band. He's wonderful.
Yeah, he's so
Yeah.
talented. Him and his buddy, they've been friends forever.
Yep.
The De La Cruz.
Dela Cruz. Yeah, Ricky Dela Cruz.
Why are they off the face of the earth?
I
Come on,
don't
guys,
know,
come
I
back to
know.
us.
Come back to us.
Come back to us.
They were awesome.
Bring all these people in.
Mark Daly.
Mark Daly. He was actually a really good kisser. I just have to put that out there.
Thanks for-
The things I would never know.
Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Hear that, Mark? Good. Kudos to you. Kudos. There's Mr. McIntosh he said he was the original photo bomber, apparently.
nice.
Nice.
September's, we were pretty much regulars there.
Yeah, see, your high school days were what other people talk about their college days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
I was
That's the
exhausted
bottom
by
line.
the time when I went to college. I actually bartended in college because I was like, yeah, I don't really need to go to the cake parties. I'm good.
Yeah, we've already done all that.
And actually, Julia, Make a Light Check, I actually had lunch with her a month ago. Her daughter is on she's college swim team, and they were doing it in Charlotte, so we got to actually have lunch together. So that was pretty cool.
She's come off Facebook recently to prepare for the 5-0.
And Kelly was my, no, I guess it was Kevin was my sophomore date for prom, maybe?
And then Ed, forgetting the last name. There's 3 brothers, I think. Stevens.
Ed Stevens, that's right. There's Robert, the smoldering Robert.
Yeah.
Smoldering Robert, he's so hot. What? That sing the song?
I was going to try to get Robert to, I was going to be like, I'm going to text Robert to join us now. You know,
right now.
Right after this photo
He's
starts.
off smoldering somewhere, man.
He is. He's smoldering to the car guy, so we'll buy the car.
Yeah.
There's Sony.
Yep.
Yeah, there's Sony.
Sabina. Yep.
And Sony again. Can't cut that picture out. There's Karen.
What was her last name?
Jay.
No.
Says now. I have to get going, guys. I have to take care of some things.
I know it's time.
John's gonna
It's been on
drive
for a long time.
Joanna
Break
is
this up into like a part 1, part 2, part 3 segment.
Joanna. No, I think what we might try to do maybe this weekend, invite a bunch of random people to a big online whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
The online cocktail thing like we do. I was doing it every so episodes, but
We
there's
can do a
some
happy
people,
hour.
yeah, and some people don't have the nerve. Like, I don't want to go on unless so and so goes on. I'm like, what do you think? I'm going to treat you like I'm Walter Cronkite? Come on, you know what I mean? Like, what is this? Is it like, hey, on the radio?
What did you do February 3rd, 1987?
Yeah, I'm not the rock shock jock, whoever, you know.
Well, I hope whoever's out there that I haven't talked to in years touches base, because I love catching up. It's awesome.
Yes.
I mean, it's been great. You two girls are back in your modeling career. I mean, ever since Paris, you're onto a new tour. You know, Sean and I are still driving Formula One cars. It's a great time, you know. That's how it works. And Sean's signing to the people that don't speak Italian. Yeah, of course.
I'm looking forward to your exercise video.
Yeah, well, we're gonna do that. We're gonna start with the Thigh Master class first.
I want to use
get you in shape. Those get you in shape. Trust me.
Well, I don't have anything left. Cheers! It's been a great night, and I love talking to you guys. Juice. Salute.
Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao.
Ci vediamo. Ciao.
Stop recording.